Hey guys, it's Kevin at Watchhimtrade.com. Today's date is May 2nd, 2015. This is going to be a video chart on GLUU, G-L-U-U, low price stock that had a big time move this week, most of it coming on a big gap higher. You can see the volume on Thursday, 40 million shares traded, stock gap from 550 to 650, and then what I love best of all is, unlike most of these stocks which you see give up their gaps right away, GLUU actually was able to push higher the next day on Friday, and quite frankly I think this thing looks pretty good. I love the volume flow coming in. There's some real money in this. It's not just, a couple retail traders pushing it around. It's got some big time volume on Thursday, well over $100 million worth, and anybody's guess where it can go in the near term, but I think it looks pretty constructive to go higher personally. And first thing to point out, your key support level is going to be this gap low, Thursday's gap low. That is $6.32. As long as you stay above $6.32, GLUU looks really good to the upside. What I like and what I think bodes well for it remaining above that key support is you look at the last big time gap, which was in early February. It stayed above the base of that gap the entire time, went sideways for a bit, and then we know ended up pushing higher. So has a recent history of holding on to the gains from its gap and then extending those gains. Now as far as resistance, you got to go back to the daily chart. You've got the July price action right here that I've highlighted between $7 and $7.50. That is key resistance right here. 7 to 7.50 is key resistance on GLUU. But if you can push above that, it opens up even more. You don't have any resistance until you look at a weekly chart. And you got to go back a couple years. Still going back here. Alright, so get above that 750 mark, and then you would have to look at the July through October highs in late 2007, which were right around 10 bucks. So I think if you're looking to trade low price momentum, GLUU is one of the best looking setups out there right now, because you've got one resistance area, and that's in that 750 range. And if you can get above that, I think $10 can act as a magnet. Also, the longer term picture, what I like, I know I've said that a lot, that's just because there's a lot of things I like. Number one, look at your volume, from 2008 through 2011. It was very, very low. And then starting in 2011, you started to get some major liquidity in the stock, picking up 2011, 2012 into 2013, and now 2014, 2015, this thing's just exploded in terms of your average volume. Your average volume now on a weekly basis, even before this gigantic spike this week, was right around 23 million shares. If you went back to 2013, your average volume was only 13 million shares. And if you went back to 2011, your average volume wasn't even 5 million shares. So volume is trending higher on a year-to-year basis, and that is a good sign. That means there's more and more interest, more and more demand coming in, as evidenced by the stock being able to rise. So I think GLUU looks really good. 632 is your key support. That's the base of the gap. Going to look at a 15-minute really quickly just to find a more nearby support level to trade against for those of you looking at the immediate term setup. And it looks like kind of this $6.70 range. You had some congestion there the last day and a half. So watch 670 in the immediate term. Below 670, maybe you go down towards 630, but as long as you're above 630, I'm looking for higher. Below 630, and she can gap fill down into that $5.50, $5 range where this move started from. Good luck, guys.